Hi, Ginger here. Today we're going to go over page 77 of the grammar textbook, and we're going to talk about transitions in a paragraph and also between paragraphs in a bigger essay. And we're going to talk about topic sentences using page 77. So I have page 77 here. Let's look at it. Alrighty, so this paragraph that you can see is an example of a well-organized, well-presented paragraph. It has some of the things I really like, and also it is a little too simple of a topic for me. At this level, we're writing about complex ideas, one complex idea per paragraph, and I like it when you explain that complex idea in detail, fully supported. In this paragraph, they're talking about relieving stress and relaxing. And then this person writes bicycling, reading, and listening to music are the three ways the person likes to relax. So these are simple ideas, right? Bicycling, reading, listening to music. You could write a paragraph about each of those, but it's almost too small of an idea for a college level academic expository paragraph. This person wrote about riding the bike first because listing it first in the topic sentence. Um, Actually, the topic sentence is about general about relaxing, but I like this sentence here because it gives you exactly what's going to be in the paragraph. And so the person writes about bicycling, and the exercise is a good way to lower stress, and then quickly switches to a new topic, reading before bed, writes two sentences on that, and then talks about listening to music and writes two sentences about that. That is not what we want, right? We want a whole paragraph about an idea, but I wanted to show you, along with this very organized topic sentence up here, how this writer moves from topic to topic in a paragraph. Because my students are still listing first, second, finally, as a way to present ideas in a paragraph. And in college, that's too simple, right? You do that in elementary school here. Yeah, pretty much when you're teaching people how to organize you number one, number two, number three, it's just giving words to the points of an outline. And how can you move from idea to idea in a smoother way using the ideas in the paragraph? That's why I wanted you to look at this transition right here. After she finishes or he finishes writing about bicycling, the transition is, besides bicycling, comma, I always blah blah read before I go to bed at night. You'll see that there are gerunds and infinitives in this paragraph, so it's a good review of that. So besides bicycling will take you from the bicycling idea to the next one, reading. And then after the reading idea, it says sometimes instead of reading, comma, I enjoy listening to music. So those are two really good transitions. You could use those between paragraphs if you're adding ideas together to be persuasive. So I really wanted to show you that. And then in true form, this writer wraps up with the summary of blah, blah, and blah, A, B, and C, and then also writes the conclusion about relaxing. So it's very, very, very clear and very, very, very well organized. Um, and we're going to move from that to one idea per paragraph. But you got to love this paragraph. All right, I wanted to show you that. And I also want you to look at this topic down below because I want to talk about topic sentences. In the writing that our students in our class have been doing, they always put a tiny little introduction before the expository paragraph. A general, 2 or 3 general sentences about the topic. And I want to encourage you to leave those sentences off when you write. We don't need a general introduction when we're taking a paragraph that's from the middle of an essay, a body paragraph. It doesn't need a mini introduction. I want you to start with the topic sentence. Okay? So here we go. We're going to look at a topic for writing, and then we're going to write some topic sentences for it. So I chose this second topic. It's pretty simple too, but maybe we can make it more complex by our analysis. Sorry. So the topic is, some people prefer to live in large cities, others prefer suburbs, and many like the countryside. So that's like a target, right? In the center is the city. That's the densely populated, packed in, fun place to live. And then the suburbs are the communities around the city. That's where people can drive to work or take public transportation to the city to work. So that's why suburbs were created in the 50s after World War II. In our area, Pacific Northwest, Seattle is the city, and Linwood and surrounding cities are the suburbs. And then the third place is the countryside, so the rural place where there's more livestock in the fields than there are people in the houses. So very open, lots of land that doesn't have houses on it or apartments on it. Okay, so that's the topic. Which do you prefer and why? So when we read this, we see you. That's the signal to you that this is a personal paragraph asking for your opinion about what you prefer. And then some other ideas for the paragraph. These locations are different from one another because of their pace of life, safety, recreation, education, and job opportunities. So there are some ideas that you can think about when you're figuring out how to support the choice of where you like to live. That's a nice little feeding you ideas. It doesn't mean write about all of those different ways to support pace of life, safety, recreation, education, job opportunities. That's 5, right? That's too much for one paragraph. And then they have even more things to think about. What do you like about the location where you live now? What do you dislike about other locations? And where do you live now? And where have you lived in the past? Oh my gosh, those are good questions. How have the locations helped you develop your preferences? If you wrote all of that, you'd probably have a 5-page essay, right? So we're only going to limit it to 1 paragraph. So let's do a little winnowing down. Let's do a little narrowing of the topic. So let's see, which one would you want to write about? City, suburb, countryside? You want to write about cities? Okay, we'll choose cities. And we want to write about pace of life, safety, recreation, education, job opportunities. Maybe job opportunities or restaurants. I like cities because of their restaurants and also their diversity. Ooh, let's pick diversity. That's not listed here. But let's pick diversity because that matches what we've been writing about in class. And then we're going to relate our choice of the city to diversity. So we have enough right now to help us start this paragraph. Okay, so here we go. How do we start? This is a personal topic, so let's just pick a subject that has to do with a personal topic. What's that first word? Did you say I? I heard you. Okay, I. Oops, that's very tiny. I'll make it bigger when I'm done typing. Okay, I prefer, we're using the language of the question, I prefer living in a city because I enjoy diversity. Okay, that's got all the parts, right? I'm going to change I enjoy to because of, and I'm going to put a noun phrase, the diversity. Okay, let's make it bigger. That looked like a good simple topic sentence. We can always make it fancy later, but we got to get the basics Can I just make it bigger? No, you have to go through this stuff up here. All right, we're gonna layout. Is it layout? This is different than on. Hey, there we go. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Home. How about home? Hello, are you there? There we go. Okay, let's make it big. How about 18? Can you see that? How about 20? We'll go with 20. All right, now we're good. So I prefer living in a city because of the diversity. So where can we go from there? I've lived in several big cities, including San Francisco. I'll say Kobe, Japan. Well, maybe I'll say Seattle and Kobe, Japan, because that's a different country, right? So, and if I put a comma after Seattle, that'll make it super clear that Kobe and Japan are not separate cities. You know how that gets a little confusing in a list? So it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And from here, I'm going to explain why I like diversity, blah, blah, blah. And then diversity, diversity, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So there's our topic sentence. I prefer living in a city because of the diversity. And really, I'm going to only write about diversity, and I might even be able to bring in the idea of different types of restaurants, because when people immigrate to a new place, one of the options for them is to open a restaurant with the food from their home country, which makes a very fun experience for the local people. All righty. So let's try one more topic sentence just so that you could get the hang of this. So we want a different option this time. How about the suburbs? Well, you'd start the same way, wouldn't you? I prefer living in the suburbs because I would say people live in the suburbs because the neighbors are close and I feel safer. I don't like that. The neighbors are close and well, but I still have my privacy. Okay, this is going to be a paragraph about privacy. I didn't think it was going to be, but it is. You know, you have to go with the flow if your ideas go with you. All right, so this would be a paragraph about the suburbs that I've lived in, my neighbors that I like because I like having neighbors, and also the privacy that the suburbs afford. All right, you guys, I hope that this helped you with transitions between ideas and also with the concept of topic sentences. We probably need to work on that a little bit more, especially when we're not writing personal topics. But for now, that's it. I'm out of time. Thanks. See you later. Bye.